Hey there, focused learners, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking complete control of our machines. We're diving into mastering macOS recovery mode, and honestly, this is absolutely the ultimate digital first aid kit for your Mac. If you've ever felt totally helpless when your computer starts acting up, well, get ready to feel incredibly empowered. I mean, we've all been there, right? You hit the power button, you grab your coffee, but instead of seeing your familiar desktop, nothing. Your Mac won't boot, you're just staring at a frozen Apple logo. Your heart totally sinks, and all those unbacked up files just flash before your eyes. So now what? Well, instead of panicking or, rushing straight to an expensive repair shop, you actually have a tremendously powerful set of tools waiting right beneath the surface. Understanding this built-in safety net is absolutely crucial for any Mac owner. So let's get clear on exactly what this is. macOS Recovery is a built-in recovery environment that's included with every single modern version of macOS. Its superpower is that it allows you to troubleshoot, repair, reinstall, restore, and secure your Mac, entirely independent of your regular operating system. Think of it like a secret, reinforced bunker. Even if your main macOS is totally corrupted and won't load at all, this environment is safely tucked away, just waiting to rescue your machine. Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. Meet your digital lifesaver. 2. How to enter recovery mode. 3. The essential macOS utilities. 4. When to use internet recovery. And finally, 5. Troubleshooting common recovery problems. Let's get right to it. Section 1. Meet your digital lifesaver. Now, here's a fun fact. There isn't just one single recovery mode. Apple has actually engineered a brilliantly redundant, multi-layered safety net directly into your Mac. First up, you've got local recovery, which is built right into a hidden partition on your Mac's drive. But hey, if that fails, you have internet recovery. This one literally bypasses your drive entirely and downloads the emergency tools straight from Apple's servers. And if you're rocking a newer Mac, you even have fallback recovery, which is essentially a hidden backup of the backup partition. Crazy, right? Plus, of course, time machine recovery to restore your whole system from your personal backups. It's an incredibly solid system. Moving on to Section 2, how to enter recovery mode. All right, this is where things get super practical. You absolutely must know your Mac's architecture before you begin. Apple has completely transitioned its computers over the last few years. So you either have a modern Mac running on Apple Silicon, we're talking the M1, M2, M3, and M4 chips, or you have an older machine running on an Intel processor, like a 2012 MacBook Pro or an older Intel iMac. The physical steps to actually unlock the recovery environment are totally different for these two camps. Okay, if you are in an Apple Silicon Mac, here is your playbook. First, shut down your Mac completely. Then, press and hold the power button. Don't just click it, you really gotta hold it down firmly. Continue holding until you see a message pop up on screen that says, Loading Startup Options. Once that screen loads, you simply click on Options and then hit Continue. It might ask for your administrator password, but after that, boom, you're in. Now, what's really interesting here is exactly what to look for. Whether you're on a desktop Mac or a MacBook, you want to keep your eyes peeled for that specific gear icon labeled Options. That is your unmistakable visual cue that you've successfully triggered the startup sequence correctly. Just click that gear and you are officially on your way to safety. All right, let's shift gears to the Intel users out there. For you guys, the power button is, well, just a power button. To get into recovery, you need to shut down the Mac, turn it back on, and immediately, and I mean literally right as it wakes up, press and hold the Command key and the R key together. Just keep holding those two keys down firmly until you see the Apple logo appear on screen. But wait, Intel users actually have a few more tricks up their sleeves. Check out this Intel recovery cheat sheet. Holding Command plus R gives you the standard recovery, which reinstalls the version of macOS currently on your machine. But if you hold Option, Command, and R, it triggers internet recovery and installs the absolute latest compatible macOS. And get this, if you hold Shift, Option, Command, and R, your Mac will actually try to install the original macOS version that came with the computer when it was brand spanking new. It's a real game changer and an absolutely perfect tool for vintage Mac fans, or if you're doing software compatibility testing. Section 3, the essential macOS utilities. All right, welcome to the main macOS utilities window. It's a nice, clean, simple hub giving you 4 main choices once recovery mode loads up. Restore from Time Machine, Reinstall macOS, Safari, and Disk Utility. And yeah, you heard that right. You even get a lightweight version of the Safari web browser built right into the recovery environment. This is literally a lifesaver if you need to hop online to read an Apple support article or troubleshoot an issue while your main system is totally down. Let's focus on the absolute heavyweights here: disk utility and time machine. Disk utility is basically your storage mechanic. It lets you mount and unmount volumes, repair corrupted drives, partition space, and completely erase disks. Time machine, on the other hand, is your time-traveling safety net. From here, you can restore your entire system back to exactly how it was yesterday, recover accidentally deleted files, or just completely roll back from a nasty malware infection or a botched software update. Now, if you're erasing a drive to sell your Mac, you face a pretty crucial choice. Modern Macs running on solid-state drives absolutely must use APFS, which stands for Apple File System. But if you're working on a vintage Mac or an older mechanical hard drive, you'll want to select macOS Extended. Getting this formatting choice right out of the gate saves you from some massive installation headaches later on. If you just need to fix a misbehaving drive, run Disk Utility's First Aid tool. When it finishes its deep scan for file system corruption, APFS issues, directory damage, and partition errors, you really want to see the screen checkmark. It's exactly the reassurance you need when your computer has been acting erratically. It's like a clean bill of health. Section 4. When to use Internet Recovery. So sometimes, the local first aid kit inside your computer is actually the very thing that's missing or broken. If you turn on your Mac and you're greeted by a spinning globe on a gray screen with a progress bar beneath it, your Mac is officially in Internet Recovery mode. This spinning globe simply means your computer has realized its internal recovery tools are damaged, so it's reaching out directly over Wi-Fi or Ethernet to Apple's servers to download a fresh, pristine set of emergency tools. So what actually triggers this failsafe? Well, it happens when severe underlying hardware or software issues occur. If your local recovery partition gets damaged, or maybe you physically opened the computer and replaced the internal SSD with a completely blank one, or if macOS is just missing completely, or if the internal storage is severely corrupted. In these extreme cases, your Mac is actually smart enough to phone home for help. And finally, Section 5, troubleshooting common recovery problems. But hey, what happens when the recovery tools themselves have hiccups? Because let's face it, even lifesavers sometimes need a lifeline. If standard recovery simply won't load, it could be a corrupted EFI or even just a bad keyboard. Your solution there is to force internet recovery, or if you're on an older Intel Mac, reset the NVIDIA RAM. Now, if you're stuck on that spinning globe forever, it's almost always a network issue. Try plugging directly into your router with an Ethernet cable or switching to a totally different Wi-Fi network. And if Disk Utility completely fails to repair your drive, well, unfortunately, that often points to severe corruption or physical SSD failure, which means a complete drive erase or hardware replacement. Now, for the tinkerers out there, recovery mode actually hides some incredibly advanced tools right up in the menu bar. You can open Terminal to run commands like reset password if you're locked out. You can access the Startup Security utility to control secure boot settings on newer Macs. You can even run Apple Diagnostics to thoroughly test your RAM and logic board. But a quick word of warning here. If you use Terminal to disable System Integrity Protection, commonly known as SIP, understand that you are actively reducing your Mac's security. That should really only be done temporarily for advanced modifications and turned back on immediately. As we wrap up this deep dive, I really want to leave you with this absolute golden rule from the source material. Always back up first. I can't stress this enough. Before you use Disk Utility to erase a drive, before you reinstall an operating system, and definitely before you partition space, use Time Machine, an external hard drive or cloud storage to save your data. Recovery mode is amazing. It can fix your software and test your hardware, but it cannot magically bring back data that you chose to overwrite. Which brings us to our final thought. As you've seen throughout this explainer, recovery mode is without a doubt one of the most powerful built-in troubleshooting systems in modern computing. It absolutely can revive a seemingly dead Mac. But if that frozen Apple logo appeared on your screen right now, today, are your files truly safe? Let that question guide your backup habits this week. Keep learning, keep exploring, and until next time, stay focused.